So my name's Mikey, what's your name?
Daniel.
That's it.
Tiana.
What's it?
Tiana.
Tiana, yeah.
What's your name?
What's his name?
Anthony.
Anthony and
Sam. Jade.
And I'm Mikey. So what do you want to talk about? It's kind of up to you. Talk about anything you want to talk about. Come and get involved in this. Come and have a seat. We have got Daniel, we've got Sienna, we've got Anthony, we've got Sam and Jade. That's just one too many to remember all at once. Come and have a seat. Tell us what we're just starting up. It's a perfect time to come and sit down. We don't have a subject yet of conversation, but maybe we'll get one. What do you want to talk about? Anything? Have you got anything? What's the big subject for you today at the moment?
Where's Peppa Pig?
Where's Peppa Pig?
Where's Peppa Pig? We've been hunting down Peppa Pig.
Any luck at all? Any clues?
To be honest, we've been dancing with all the old boys.
Yeah, we have.
Just swinging it out.
And when you say old boys, how old are you talking?
60 odd.
60, okay.
Over
What sort of dancing have they been doing?
I don't even know.
They've been doing dances here where they know the choreography, but we've just been doing our own thing.
Going along with it. Is it like ballroom dancing, like strictly dancing type of dancing?
Yeah.
Have you been doing it as well?
Yeah, I've been doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know it, but I've been doing it.
Okay. So, I mean, how important is it to know the steps? Does it not really matter, you think? No?
It's just like dance, do what you want.
What sort of music is it? Is it Latin? Is it salsa?
A bit of everything, yeah.
Okay, has that been good? But did you locate Peppa Pig?
No, look, Peppa Pig's still lost, you know? Yeah. We're like Dora the Explorer, you know what I mean? Come and vamonos.
Where Peppa Pig might be? Do you know?
We were looking for it.
But I mean, how do you know Peppa Pig is here?
No.
Just an off chance, okay. I mean, any sightings, how would you know? Like footprints, the smell?
The smell of bacon.
Smell of bacon?
The smell of bacon.
Is that where Peppa Pig's been dancing and got a bit too much friction going on? Okay. So have you smelt bacon today?
No.
Okay. So I mean, what do you think your chances are of finding Peppa Pig? High, low, in the middle. What are your chances?
Sing a song, please.
50-50?
50?
Yeah, 50-50.
Sing one call away.
Are you hopeful?
Yeah?
Are you hopeful, Sienna?
Tiana.
You're not that
talking to you.
hopeful? No. Okay. Are you hopeful of finding Peppa Pig?
Yeah.
No. There's two rules in Talkaoke. No singing, no fighting. I've got to say that, otherwise it degenerates. There must be karaoke. I think even in there you might be able to sing a song. Ask them, they've got a whole stage up there. I've got to say that. Come and have a seat. Come on. Up you come and get involved. Oh, we've got one person here, so we've got Anthony, we've got Jade, we've got Sam, we've got Sienna and Daniel. Come and get involved. What's your name?
Rio.
Rio. Okay, so at the moment there's a few subjects on the table. There's dancing with the old timers. There's Peppa Pig. There's and what are the chances of actually finding Peppa Pig? It seems to be quite slim at the moment. I don't know. Have you got anything you want to bring into the conversation? What are you doing here? Are you here just for fun, or are you here for a particular reason?
For a bit, I was helping with Sea Cadets, which is over there by the Armed Forces.
What is Sea Cadets?
It's a youth organisation for young kids, aged 10 to 18, and we do all sorts of fun stuff, like we go out on the docks and we go boating. Occasionally we go sailing.
Have you been on a boat?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Have you been on a boot?
No, I haven't been on a boat, no.
Have you been on a boat?
No.
Have you been on a boat?
Yeah, once.
Yeah, what sort of boat were you on?
Like, I don't know, a really small one. I don't know.
What?
A really small one. I don't know what it's called.
Okay. But most people around the table have not been on a boat. Can you tell us what it's like going on a boat? What sort of boat did you go on? Was it a small one, a big one?
I've
The mic. I'm going to turn you up a little bit as well.
I've been sailing before.
So you're actually you're driving your own boat, so to speak.
Yes, and I've been in a rowing boat with a team.
Yeah.
And a coxswain.
Do you like boats?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So what's the best kind of boat experience you've had so far?
That would be a powerboat.
A powerboat. Okay. So you'd rather have a bit more speed.
Yes.
Okay. What sort of boat did you go on?
Oh, I don't know. I've been sailing. I've been jet skiing.
And what's the best boat experience you've had from the sailing or the jet skiing?
Probably jet ski where you go really fast.
Okay, so it seems like there's a need for speed here. That the faster you go, the more fun and exciting it is. Is it fair to say? Yeah. Is that true with life as well? The faster you go, the more exciting it is.
Don't let me get on that situation about life.
Is it true the faster you go, the more exciting it is?
No,
Is it about
no.
taking it slow?
But take it slow.
Okay, so for boats, it's about going as fast as possible, but for life, it's about taking it as slow as possible. Is that what you're saying? Yeah?
Well, it depends on the boat. If you're going sailing in, like, say, a Pico, which is very easy to capsize, you can go quite fast if you're experienced enough. But if you do go fast and then you make a sharp turn, there's a chance the sail will hit you in the head.
Okay, so in a way, you go faster when you've got a bit more experience. Come and have you been on a boat? Yeah, have you been on a boat? Come and get involved in this, because we've got Rio, who's a sea cadet, and he's becoming a bit of an expert on boats. But what have you been? What's your name?
Giancarlo.
Giancarlo.
Yeah.
Okay, so Giancarlo, we got Rio, we got Jade, we have got Sam, we've got. What's your name?
What's your name?
Doesn't want to give you a name. You don't have to give your name, by the way, if you don't want to. And we've got Sienna, we've got Daniel, we've got Anthony. And they come and go up to film with your phone around the table. You get a better view. Come and join Giancarlo. So Giancarlo, have you ever been on a boat?
Yes.
What sort of boat have you been on?
Ferry.
And what?
Pirate boat.
A pirate boat?
Yeah.
Have you been engaged in any piracy?
Nope.
No, okay. Alright, okay. I mean, what's your view on piracy?
I don't know.
Okay, yep.
It's disgusting.
Disgusting, why?
Because if you pirate a movie or you buy pirated movies, it's disgusting. Because why just buy a better, what's it called, definition one? Because just because it's cheaper. Life isn't about money. It's about enjoying the good things.
Okay, so we're talking about, we've moved from boats to pirating. What about pirating movies? Is that Rio says it's disgusting? Have you got a view on it? Is it? Do you think it's disgusting, pirating movies? Daniel, have you got a view on it?
I think it's good.
It's good. Why?
£5 DVD.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper. So the movie gets you cheaper. Okay. What have you got, Jade? Have you got a view on it?
I don't really know.
No. Okay. I mean, is this just a sign that the films are too expensive and they should be cheaper because people go for the pirate copy?
Maybe.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Come and have a seat. Come and have a seat around them. Okay. Giancarlo?
Yeah.
What do you think about piracy? When it comes to films?
Fun.
Do you think it's a bad thing to do? To get like a knocked off copy of a film?
Yes.
You do think it's a bad thing to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So this side says yes, this side says, well, there's not really that much wrong with it.
It's on the internet. It's all on the internet.
Yeah?
Yeah, so you don't need to.
It's too bad to do it.
No, you can just get links, you know, it's all on the internet now. You can go and put Locker, places like that, yeah.
So what's the problem with it? Or is there no problem with it?
There's no problem with it.
Okay. Have you got a view? Come and get involved in this, come on. You don't have to say anything, but it makes me look more busy if you sit around a table. Then other people come and then suddenly it's, you know, it's an amazing conversation. These people are even interested now. And that's because of you. Anyway, so this side, okay, well, how are you going to convince Daniel that it's bad? Because he's saying, you know, just get it on the internet. Yeah.
Sorry?
So basically, Daniel's saying get it on the internet, you get a movie for free. You're saying it's bad. Are you going to be able to convince Daniel to not get it, to pay the full money for it?
No.
How do you feel about Daniel just downloading it for free?
Well, I can't stop him from doing it, but this is what I'm going to say. I can't stop you, but I advise you not to.
Why?
Because it's a crime.
It's a crime. Why is it a crime?
Because, I don't know, the law.
Is it a crime? What do you feel it's a crime?
If it's up there,
Yeah.
If it's there, then I don't know. Like someone's obviously put it there for you to use.
Okay.
So just take advantage of it.
We're talking about downloading movies from the internet. Is it a crime? You say yes. Come and tell us why. Come and get involved in it. Yes, you can. You can do it.
What is this for?
It's just a pop-up talk show. It's for you. It's basically for you. But we're going to upload this onto the internet.
On YouTube?
Onto the People Speak. Possibly on YouTube. It depends how interesting it gets. So at the moment we're talking about, is this a crime? If somebody... Rick, come here for a second. Get off your phone for a second. If someone downloaded this film off the internet, would that be a crime?
Which film?
The one we're making now.
No. I mean, do you really want me to go into the logistics of it?
Yeah. What do you think about it? Is downloading movies off the internet a crime? This side of the table says yes, this side says no. What do you think? Come and get involved. Come and get involved. Yeah, okay, come and have a seat. Have a seat. What's your name? Giancarlo. Final thought.
What?
Just final thought.
I have no idea.
Okay. Doesn't matter. Maybe come back and with your final thought later on. Okay, come a bit closer because I can't reach you from there. What's your name?
Dave. Excuse me, Dave.
Dave. Can I tell why do you think it's a crime?
Because it's copyrighted material.
Okay, but I mean, what Sam and Daniel are saying, it's just there on the internet. It doesn't really matter. And then Rick is making this film now. He's not that bothered either. So, what's that?
If you're streaming it, they get the views, they get paid for the views.
Okay, come and have a seat. Come and get involved in this.
It is copyright, so it's illegal.
You think it's a crime?
Yeah, it is, but are you going to give me the money to go and buy it for 20 quid?
Me personally, no. But I mean, it does call into question: are these films too expensive? Anyway, we've got a few new faces at the table. We've got David, we've got Rio, we've got Jade, we've got what's your name? Didn't want to give his name. We've got Anthony, we've got Sam, we've got Sienna and Daniel, and what's your name?
Shika.
Anik. Anik. So at the moment we're talking about is downloading all this stuff. It's all there. It's so easy to do it. Part-3 you were talking about. Is it a crime? Is it somebody else doing the crime?
Part-3 isn't a crime, but like Dave said, if it's copyrighted and if there's a DVD and it says if you copyright it, it's not right, then don't copyright that movie because it's been said. If you're streaming on Part-3, that's fine because you pay.
That's okay.
Yeah, because you pay for that.
How do you pay for it?
I don't know. My sister does it somehow.
Okay. So your sister does it. Is she potentially getting into a criminal activity?
No, because
don't tell us what her name is. Yeah. Anyway, what do people on this side think? Are these things? Sam's saying it's too expensive anyway.
Oh, we've got a new one.
Downloading it on this.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. No, we don't know who you are. What do you think on this side?
Two new people.
As in whoever downloading illegal.
I mean, regardless of what the actual legal is it right or wrong in your view?
Streaming.
Is it right or wrong?
They get the views, they still get paid for it, you know.
There's the people still get paid for it anyway. But is it the people that made it or is it somebody else?
But hang on, are you saying that it's downloading content that you're meant to purchase?
Yes.
no.
Then it's illegal, isn't it?
So you think it's wrong?
I think it's wrong.
Yeah.
But many people who think it's wrong also don't follow that principle.
Okay, so people think it's wrong, but they still do it anyway. Okay.
It's true. Can I?
Yeah. Final thought?
Final thought. Don't go to the DVD lady, she knocks you.
Yeah, the one
Download
on East
it.
Ham.
Which one? The one in East Ham, McDonald's. She sold me a blank disc.
Really?
And I tried to chase her around and she wouldn't give me another one.
I mean, is that a reason to buy the legit DVDs in a way?
That's the reason to go on the internet and download them, because I ain't got 20 quid for the legit, I've got 3 kids.
Okay, alright.
I don't know. Well, I think it's moving on.
All over the table. Quick, they're climbing on the table.
You know, like, if this is going on YouTube or something, no one's going to click on the video, because it's like just talking about random stuff.
So you think it's not going to be a very popular video?
No.
How could we make it more popular?
Talk about something that's like I don't know, like fidget spinners or thoughts on fidget spinners, or like
fidget spinners.
Danielle Bregoli, the What Catch Me Outside girl.
Okay,
Not fidget spinners, not fidget spinners.
Sorry guys, breaking news. Today is my birthday, my wife's birthday.
Really? Did you meet you meet at a birthday club?
Hang on, I've not finished yet.
Yeah.
I'm not finished yet. And this is my sister, and it's her birthday too. Hooray!
Hang on, believe it or not, it's not my birthday.
Hey!
Okay, so you're here celebrating your birthday. Will you celebrate by downloading an illegal film?
No.
How are you celebrating?
Well, it's the first time we've come to the Mayor Show. My wife's been here before, and we're enjoying it. We're loving it. Walking around, enjoying the sun.
I mean, do you believe in that it's kind of fate that you've all got the same birthday? Is there something to it, or is it just pure coincidence? Give us a final thought.
Going to fan Pepper.
It was good planning.
Yeah.
Very, very good planning by our parents.
Because it means you can all celebrate at the same time.
There you go. One phone call, 3 people, done.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We're going for a walk. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hang on. Calm down. One of the things we've been saying is that we need to take life more slowly. It's been an observation made on this table. So maybe let's just find. We know that it's your birthday. Happy birthday. But we need to know a bit more. Look, we've got Rio. We've got Dave. We did have these people. We've got this man here. Come and get involved. We've got Rick. We've got Rick here on the camera. What's your name?
Malik.
Malik. Anyway, so I mean, what you've got a unique chance to talk to these people, and so have you. What do you want to say?
As in, sorry, mate, I don't know what the question was. Sorry, I've got a newborn here. Go on. What's the question?
No, we're just saying, this is a unique moment. We've got Malik, we've got Rio, we've got Dave. What do you want to say? And we got this man here is going to come and get involved. Maybe, I don't know. So what do you want to say?
I can hear Bangra somewhere down there, so I want to go there and start doing some boogie woogieing.
What is good about Bangra?
It's brilliant.
It makes you lose a lot of weight.
Can you tell us what Bangra is? Because people may not know.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, that's what it's about. I have a game for you, right? I don't know if you want to play. It's up to you. In this game, you've got a minute, and I've got to make you say yes or no. Yeah.
Hang on a sec, because I'm just the humble host. Maybe we could get we get Rio, although we actually need to give him the headset mic. So, okay. So
No, you do it on Rio. That'd be a good idea. I want to see it done.
I want you to.
Oh, come on.
It's your game, so you can do it. There's a headset mic. There you go. Okay, right. So Rio's got. Okay. So you've got to make. So you've got 1 minute. Who's going to do the timing? Okay, so we're going to get the timer going. Okay, so Rio, are you ready? Yes. Let me just do a quick sound check. I'm going to turn you up a little bit. Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. You're not friend. What's going on with it? Are you ready? Yes. Okay. Are you ready? What's your name again?
Chika.
Chika. That's Chika. Okay, so Chika, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
So who am I doing it on?
Rio.
Okay, cool.
We're trying to make Rio say yes or no in a minute.
Right, so we're going to start the clock now?
Now.
Start, right. Okay. Hello, Rio.
Hello.
Are you ready?
Sure.
You sure? How do you feel?
Good.
You feeling good? You're in the Mayor Show today?
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure? Loving life?
Little bit.
Do you go to school? Sure. Okay, can't answer the same question twice, yeah, with the same answer. Okay. Do you like grass? Do you like grass?
It's great.
Do you play football?
No. Oh no!
Woo!
35 seconds.
That was very good. No one lasts like more than 3 seconds, trust me.
Really?
In fact, when I asked, are you ready? I thought you were going to say, yeah.
Try it the other way round. Do you think you can make Malik say?
Of course you can.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay. We're going to try this the other way round now. So it's now. Is it Malik? Anik. So now Anik's turn. That's Malik over there. Sorry, Malik. Sorry, Anik. Oops. Okay. Let me just disentangle. Hang on. Are you ready, Shafiq? Yep. Okay.
So who's asking who?
Okay. So now Rio's going to be asking Anik. Okay.
Start.
Let's do it. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's
Okay.
What's the opposite of yes?
Start.
What?
Asking for
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Anik.
What team do you support?
Liverpool Football Club. Sorry.
What are you wearing?
Today, I am wearing a white shirt with bottoms shorts.
No, you're not.
I believe I am.
No, you're not.
If you say so.
Oh. What are you wearing?
I'm also wearing sunglasses.
Are they black?
And I'm also wearing slippers.
What are they black?
What's black?
Your sunglasses.
My sunglasses are greyish and black.
No, they're not.
I believe they are.
Who's sitting next to you?
My son, my wife, and Dave. Are you from Dave?
What's on your chest? Don't look.
Hair. Won me over. Yeah, I am a winner. Well done. Don't worry. Good play.
It's not as easy as it looks. Trying to get someone to say yes or no. What we do actually, we try to move on from the yes or no to the more of the opinion or what's going on in the mind. But there's some interesting things came up, like Liverpool Football Club. Are you all from Liverpool? I suppose you must be.
Do we look awful? We look fairly dressed, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think we're from up there, right?
Okay, I mean, any other Liverpool supporters around the table?
I'm from Liverpool.
You're from Liverpool?
Yeah.
Okay, are you offended by what they're saying? How do you feel about this, what they're saying about Liverpudlians?
Not all Liverpudlians don't dress shaggy.
Okay, good point, Rio. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what are you
Hang on, but can I ask why you support Liverpool?
Because I live there. No, sorry, that's where I'm from.
Okay, so hang on a second. So we've got a new face at the table. We've got a new person.
We're in transit at the moment.
Okay, so we got so what's your name?
Dave.
Dave. Oh, another Dave. So we got Rio. We got Dave. We got Anik. What's your name again?
Ant.
And what's it?
Shika.
What's it?
Shika.
Shika. Sorry.
Jamie.
Jamie Lee.
Rocky.
And Rocky.
And Bella.
And Bella. Hello.
And another one.
And we got Rick on camera. And what's your name?
Dean.
Okay, so the moment we're talking about Liverpool Football Club, do you need to have some connection with Liverpool to support the football team? And have we got the wrong impression about what Liverpool's about? Yeah, okay. Oh, give us a final thought.
You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Doing a great job down here.
Brilliant.
Thanks very much for being the timekeeper.
Do you want to buy any DVDs?
Depends, I can just download it from the internet, apparently. So, well, that's what we were talking about before. Is it a crime? Is piracy a crime?
It's a crime.
Yeah. It's a crime.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's what Rio was saying. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Most people around the table. Apparently, don't buy DVDs from the Chinese lady in McDonald's because you'll get knocked. Yeah.
What you pay for?
Okay. So Dave, what do you think about this?
About the illegal.
Either the Liverpool thing or it depends. Whatever you want to go with.
Well, I've never been to Liverpool personally myself, so I can't really comment on the dress code as such.
Yeah. But do you think we've got in a way because we don't know Liverpool that we've kind of got these impressions of a place? Do you know what I mean? I wonder. Have you been to Liverpool?
I believe they had an airport just for people to leave.
Okay. So, but I mean, this is the thing. Is it because we don't know and people don't know what Liverpool is like?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's maybe we don't. It's about the things we. Yeah.
Well, not after the 80s that they had the riot. I've never been back.
Okay. So I mean, can it change as a city?
It can change the city. It's supposed to be one of them the new city of London.
Yeah.
You know, like it's supposed to be virtual London in Liverpool.
Yeah. Okay. Come and have a seat on the table to chat with. At the moment we're talking about, I suppose, impressions of places that we've never been to. Can we judge anything about it? Can we say anything about it?
We never gone to India.
You've never been to India. Would
Yeah.
you like to? Do you think you know about it? Do you think you've got some impressions about it?
No.
Okay. What do people think? Anyone here been to India? Anyone been to India around here? Yeah.
What do I need to say?
Well, we're talking at the moment. We're talking about, in a way, it's about places that we've never been to.
Oh, I never.
What our impressions are, and can we have any impression of a place we've never been to?
I never went to Spain. I never went to Spain, and I really wanted to go to there.
Okay, so Spain. Give us a final thought.
I don't like people who don't question things and just think from what they've heard that somewhere's a bad place.
Okay. I mean, but how do you change? Hang on a sec, Rio. How do you change that? How do you change that view? Oh. Yeah.
I never gone to Africa.
Okay. So we've got Spain, India, Africa. Is there anywhere you've never been to?
That.
You've got in your mind? You've got impressions about.
Where? Sorry?
Have you ever been to Pakistan?
No, I haven't. No.
Have you got an impression of Pakistan?
Yes, I have. Yeah. I've got many friends that are from Pakistan. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Pakistan? Yeah. You have been to Pakistan. Come and have a seat. Okay, come and sit down. So, come and have a seat. All right, yeah, one at a time because I'm getting a little bit of cross-channel interference here. Come and sit down. Okay, so we're talking about places. It all started off with Liverpool because we had a boy called Rio who he had a London accent, but it turned out he was from Liverpool, and then some people that were Liverpool supporters as well said, "Oh, people from Liverpool are all dressed badly, and they've all got no money or something like this." And Rio was offended about this, rightly so in a way. But these people hadn't actually been to Liverpool for a long time. And is it the same in a way? We get these impressions of these places that we've never been to. And David's never been to Pakistan. You've been to Pakistan. India. So the question is, what impressions do we have of places that we've never been? What's your impression of Pakistan?
It's a beautiful place. Yeah, great scenery, mountainscapes. From the pictures I've seen, yeah.
Okay. I mean, what's that? Come and have a seat. Let's get some names actually. Okay, so let's just get some names first of all because we got a few new faces at the table. What's your name?
My name is Malaika and I'm 8 years old.
Excellent, well done. And
my name is Simula. I'm 1 year old.
My name is Sidra Bhatti.
I am 40 years.
Bad manners. My name is Sidra Bhatti.
Okay, and
my name is Moiz. I'm 6.
My name is Dave.
Elam.
Che.
My name is Jessie and I'm 5 years old and I'm from Cameroon.
Yeah.
I'm Justin and I'm 5 years old. 5.
Okay.
I'm Jill.
Are you going to say how old you are?
No.
Yeah.
No name.
You don't want to give your name. You're not the first actually today.
My name is Sami and I'm from Pakistan, one of the best country in the world.
I mean, one of the things that, because we were talking about Liverpool, and people were saying, "Oh, Liverpool's this, Liverpool's that," but they haven't been to Liverpool. I mean, do you think people have got the wrong impression of what Pakistan is like?
No, the Pakistan is one of the best country in the world, and we have a peaceful nation.
Yeah.
And the Pakistan is very nice, very very beautiful country, and we invite everyone in the world to visit Pakistan. And we have the capital Islamabad.
Yeah.
Visit Islamabad. We have mountains, we have rain, we have everything in Pakistan. And one of the best thing in our Pakistan, the people, the friendly people, and the food of Pakistan. And Pakistan Zindabad.
Thank you. What's Pakistan Zindabad?
Pakistan Zindabad is said Pakistan is great.
Okay. In which language?
In Urdu. In Urdu.
पंजाबी बोली अंग्रेजी बोलने थे अंग्रेजी है अच्छा एक गल समझ I can't understand Pakistan is a beautiful place I know but why you all are here
Okay. All right. Okay.
What's the reason? Why you left a beautiful place?
Okay. Can I ask you where you are from?
Lahore.
And you also left Pakistan.
So
you also left Pakistan.
Okay. Can I ask the same question?
No. I know my reason why I left.
Yeah. Are you going to tell us?
Oh.
Yeah.
We all are British citizens and we all are taking education in UK because UK is one of the like country everyone is coming to take education from UK, so that's why it's a peaceful country and we all are here to represent our country as well.
I mean, let's open it up to people around the table. Have you got? Do you know anything about Pakistan?
Yeah, I know a little bit about Pakistan. I know they're a Muslim country and share borders with India. Have very close kind of like historic attachment or bond with India. And I think they have this rivalry along their border, I don't know how you call it, which is quite fun to watch. I watch some of the clips on YouTube and it's quite interesting. And also I think it's quite a politically charged area as well, Pakistan. So yeah, it's one of those countries.
Sort of obscure the things, because most people have been talking about the people and the beauty. Do you think that side of Pakistan obscures, from London, obscures the elements that these people
I think the beauty about our world is that it's its diversity. Yeah. So every part of the world it has its own uniqueness and makes it what it is. And I think Pakistan, I've visited that region, not necessarily Pakistan, and it's a very beautiful part of the world. The landscape, the culture, it's unique, and I think what's really good about them in terms of the cultural aspect is that they're very community driven, so they like having people around, living like and they have a strong attached importance and value to family and community.
Well, hang on a sec, because I want to carry this on, because have you got a connection to any other part of the world from
Yes, I'm from Cameroon.
Cameroon?
Yeah, Cameroon, Africa.
Have you got any notions of what Cameroon is like? No, but if I say Cameroon, do you know anything about Cameroon?
No.
We don't know about Cameroon. We would like to know about Cameroon.
I love Cameroon!
Okay. Would you actually, so maybe we could find out what's Cameroon like as a place?
Yeah, Cameroon, it's a country in Africa. So so it's in between Central and West Africa. So it's described basically as situated at the armpit of Africa. Yeah, so yeah, and it's very diverse. It's the only country in Africa that speaks both English and French, like Canada. It was colonized. It's got a very strong historical background with some of the colonial powers, starting with the Portuguese, who discovered Cameroon, or were the first Europeans to go to Cameroon, followed by the Germans and then the French and the English, hence why we speak both English and French. And we've got about over 250 different ethnic groups, so it's really, really diverse.
Is there any questions you've got about Cameroon?
How old is Cameroon?
What's that? What about Cameroon?
How old is Cameroon?
How old is Cameroon? Okay.
Cameroon is quite old. as people, they go well back. I don't know. To be honest, as a country, Cameroon, it was formed during the colonial era, and was formed by Germans. So that will go over close to 150 years ago.
So how does Cameroon look like? Because I think it looks, even if I didn't been there, it still really, when I heard the name, it's kind of a nice name.
Yeah, you think it sounds nice. What's nice about it? What do you imagine it looks like? Can you imagine anything about what
France. I think it's like a beach and it's really classical, like.
Okay. Like a beach, classical. Okay. Yeah. Let me just read this.
Cameroon is the best place I live in.
Have you been to it?
Yes, 7 times.
Is there a beach there?
Yes, a big beach.
Is it quite classical looking?
And there's a zoo there.
There's a zoo? Yeah. What's in the zoo?
Lions and zebras and I'm not lying.
That's true. That's a zoo in Cameroon. That's a zoo in Cameroon.
Have you got a final thought?
Final thought, just I would like to say we all are human beings, spread love. Only love, peace, everywhere we should spread love. And enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Okay, so
Cameroon is the best place, and then Cameroon has a zoo like jaguars and cheetahs and elephants.
what's the best thing about Cameroon? I've never seen.
The best thing about Cameroon is the hot place.
What's that?
The best thing about Cameroon is the hot place.
It's a hot place, okay. Is it hotter than where we are now today?
It is.
Okay. So come have a seat around the table. Come sit down. Sit down. Everyone's standing up. It's making me feel nervous. Have a seat. Sit down. So we started off the conversation actually talking about Liverpool, and people were saying things about Liverpool. Even they were saying, oh, people from Liverpool dress shabbily. And then it turned out one kid was from Liverpool and he was upset about this idea of what Liverpool was like. And then we started talking about places that we'd never been to, that we got an impression of. And then people just started talking about places they got a connection with, such as Cameroon and Pakistan, and that's where we are now. But we've got some new faces around the table, so maybe let's just get some names. What's your name?
Jerome.
Jerome, yeah.
Jarrell.
Yep. No name, yeah. Come closer. Because I can't reach you from there.
Jill. Justin Onibula.
What?
Justin Onibula.
Okay.
Jesse Chingan.
Che Chingan.
Yeah, okay.
Elam.
Emeka. Yes.
Okay, so at the moment we're talking about places that we've never been to, that we might have an impression about. Do people have the right impression about these places? Is it necessarily just like come from imagination? Is there anywhere that you've not been to that you'd like to go to?
Well, I'm going to Portugal soon.
Yeah. Have you been to Portugal?
No.
What do you imagine Portugal's like?
Hot.
Hot. Okay. A bit like Cameroon then, in that sense. Okay. And yourself?
Portugal as well.
You'd like to go to Portugal as well, but do you know anything about Portugal?
It's a peaceful place.
It's a peaceful place. Come and join in. Do you know anything about Portugal? Do you know anything about any countries? What country do you know about? Costa Rica. Okay, that's an interesting country. Probably quite an unusual country. Does anyone know it? What's your name?
Leon.
So we got Leo, we got Jarrell and Jerome. We've got no name as left, but and we've got Was it?
Justin.
Justin and Jesse and Che and Elam. And yeah, so we're just trying to find out about different countries. Has anyone got an impression of Costa Rica?
Costa Rica, well, they speak Spanish. It's on the Caribbean coast. It's sort of like Central America-ish. And they have like a really fantastic nature. It's so beautiful, and a lot of it is protected. So a lot of people go to Costa Rica to visit like it's nature basically.
Okay.
I've never been to Spain.
What do you think Spain is like?
Fun.
Fun, okay, it's a fun country.
I've never been to Italy.
Okay, what do you think Italy's like?
Italy has 9 things. It's snowy, cold, and winter, and lovely.
Okay, it's lovely. It seems like everywhere that people imagine are lovely, warm, peaceful places, fun places. So tell us about Costa Rica. What is the things that we need to know about Costa Rica?
Rivers and the mountains, they're really good all the time.
Yeah.
The people.
Rivers and mountains.
Yeah.
What I mean, what's
nature?
Come and have a seat on the table of chat. At the moment, we're talking about countries, because we've got, in a way, we've got connections. Have you got a connection with any countries around the world? No. Just London. Okay, so at the moment we're talking about the ideas that people have, all the different countries that people have got a connection with, but also, what people can bring. It seems that we've heard about so far about Cameroon, about Pakistan, about Costa Rica, a little bit about Portugal. But it's interesting to hear what people have got to say about these different countries. Have you got a connection with any particular countries?
Bangladesh.
What's that?
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh?
Yep.
I mean, do people have an impression of Bangladesh?
Yeah.
Is it the right impression? Is there stuff that people, because we've heard about the rivers and mountains of Costa Rica, for example, I didn't know anything about. Is there anything? Yeah.
They have nice jewellery, really nice jewellery. Yeah.
How do you know that?
I went to a wedding and everyone had beautiful jewellery, and I got some nice earrings from Bangladesh, and they're really nice.
Is this true?
Yeah, Bangladesh do have nice jewelries. We have nice Asian attires, as well as like shiva kamises, saris. So if you go to a traditional wedding, you probably see most of what we wear generally.
Right. I mean, do people really know about Bangladesh? What it's about, all the sort of like the key things about the country?
I don't think my boys do, even though I mean we are from Bangladesh.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So there's not. Come and have a seat. Okay. Have you got a connection with a particular country?
No. I'm from Myanmar, Burma.
What's it? Myanmar.
Yeah.
Okay. Give us I'm going to say before we get that. Let's get a final thought from Che.
Yeah, to be honest, it's good to always learn new things about other parts of the world. Being here in the UK it has made me to meet a lot of people from different parts of the world, which I think it's one great thing, especially with London. On a day-to-day basis, you get to meet like someone from a different country. I've got, I think, friends from like all the different continents in the world. So yeah, I think it's a big plus for the world for us to kind of like recognize this diversity and then make the best of it.
Okay, so it's a great place. London's a great place. In fact, this part of London,
I'm really interested to find out more about Burma, where you're from. That's so interesting.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about, you call it Myanmar.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about that. Do people have the right impression of it? It's the same question I've asked about all these other countries. What do you think people's impression of Myanmar is?
They are very friendly.
Yeah.
So if someone from foreign country visits, so he or she will be treated very friendly in different way. So everyone will welcome you.
Is there anything that's sort of surprising about Myanmar that we don't know?
There are lots of different types of ethnic groups in my country, and there are 135 ethnic groups in Myanmar. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of different. In a way, it's a bit like Cameroon that we heard about Cameroon. We've got some new faces at the table. What's your name?
Yeah, my name's Rabia.
And
Mariam.
Mariam.
Yeah.
And what's your name?
What's your name? Say your
Okay, well, I mean, if you want to say your name, say your name. If you don't. So it's up to you. Is that Peppa Pig? We've been looking for Peppa Pig earlier on. Anyway, let's get back to the subject at hand, which is all these different countries, and it's amazing.
So as far as we know about Myanmar, there's a lot of political stuff that are happening, and people dying, getting killed, burnt alive. How much of that is true?
Yeah, that's I think in some particular place, it's not in the whole country. It's in the border. It's happening. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, but in a way, I mean, it's a bit like what people were saying about Pakistan, because I had some people from Pakistan earlier on, and they really wanted to stress that it's a peaceful country by and large, and it's probably the same with Myanmar as well. Would you say?
Yeah, it depends. I'm not sure. Yeah.
What we see in the news is how we penalise the country, don't we? So what we see about India, Pakistan is how we think we are, because we've never been there. Like exactly how you would see as Bangladesh being, because you've not been there. When we go there, we enjoy ourselves, but we don't see all the other stuff that are happening. When we come back, we think, oh, that happened when we were there. How come we didn't know about it? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, in a way, we never really hear about the fun side of a country.
No, we don't.
We just hear about the
negative. I do agree with what you're saying, that we tend to hear the negative things, and when we do see that, we think, oh, that's what the country is all about. And a lot of people then think, actually, we don't want to go to that country. We don't want to see it for ourselves, when actually they're missing out.
Yeah, they are.
Because there's so much out there. I'm actually going to Pakistan in the summer for 2 weeks myself.
We had some people from Pakistan before, and they sort of really wanted to say that
there's so much out there.
It's a peaceful country, it's a diverse, a friendly country. Do you think people have that impression though in the UK?
I think the problem is that the media focuses on negative things, and so as soon as you hear the word Asian, you hear the religion Islam or Pakistani, Bangladesh, anything like that, the first thing people think about is terrorism, or they think about bombing, or they think about violence. They think that especially females are constricted and they can't do certain things because of the religion, but actually it's not like that. I'm a Muslim. I'm not wearing a headscarf, but I still practice. So I think there's just varying opinions, and I think a lot of people need to think about the bigger picture, really.
Okay, so we're not getting the true picture, at least of Pakistan.
The media isn't portraying the true pictures. They only want to portray what they want us to believe in. Because even because I'm practicing and I'm covering my head, it doesn't mean I'm like this and she isn't. So it's what I think the media has a massive workout on how people think and what people think of every country. Because as he said, it's a very peaceful country, Myanmar. All I thought was, oh my God, all this killing happening, all these people are dying, and you've just put a light on this place. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Is there a way to get this other side of it though, to get this other aspect of it?
Because I've been to a few countries, luckily, where it's had such negative, people have negative views about it. In fact, people have warned me not to go. Well, Brazil, El Salvador. People were so scared when I was going to these countries, and when I went, wow, it was such a beautiful experience. So the best thing to do is to go, and like when you come back, tell people like how good it is, because I was so shocked. Like people are missing out on the beauty of the world, basically, through through movies and what they're telling us on the news, really. So.
Is there fear about going to this place, or is it just a lack of imagination? I mean, what is going on here? Is it down to fear? Do you think that Ellen is right?
It depends. There's parts of the country which are probably like that, but then there's places like tourist attractions and stuff like that which are usually quite okay. It just depends, security and stuff, how tight it is.
Yeah, same thing in UK. Same thing happened in the UK. These days for everyone, especially for Muslim people, is really horrible, especially these areas. And like I'm wearing scarf, I'm really scared to go out, especially in the evening, because it's the acid attack. Is so many acid attack especially in Newham borough. And we are all scared. And
so actually it's more dangerous here.
Yeah, in UK people say it's really peace and this and that. You can think, like now is people think is before at least 10 times to come into the UK. And same thing, other countries is if it's somewhere and is media is giving so many bad names.
Is it down to the media media? Is that why this is happening? Yeah.
I think so. I really think media has a massive place to play in everything. How they broadcast things, how they portray everything on the news, how they say what's happening in even in other countries or even in UK. Any attacks that happen in UK, how they actually say the news makes a huge impact on us, the kids, this generation, the next generation. I really do think it matters a lot.
Is there a better way to do it?
Obviously there's a peaceful way of doing it. There's always a negative side as well as a positive side. Do you not think every story has two sides to it? There's not always like, okay, wham, that's it. It's not done like that. You know, always there's something else more deeper happening.
Right. Okay. So.
I mean, what I would like to say as well is that, I mean, countries are so big, so it's impossible for the whole country to be in violence. But what I would like to say on the point of the media is that I can see it changing already. You can see with social media, people are demanding what they want from the news. For example, when the terrorist attack happened in Finsbury Park, you know, the initial reports were that, you know, a man got run over, but then people are saying, no, it's a terrorist attack. Call it the same as what it was on London Bridge. So then the media had to sort of change their tone of voice. So I think if we as the public, you know, demand,
I agree.
Onto that.
And I guess the same thing which happened in the Tower fire, where we weren't hearing the whole truth, and we were told that there was a few people that had died, and they hadn't really told us about all the hundreds that were still in there. But actually, when you go into social media, go into Facebook, and you actually see the videos of victims that are there, and they're telling us, actually, this is what we've seen, this is how many people were there, and then we're finding out the truth. But I guess the thing is, with anything that's happening in the media, you have to do your own research. You can't just believe one side or.
But what about those people that don't do their research, that do believe, you know, what they you know, because, you know, you might argue that things like these acid attacks are caused by what people read in the media, and they're kind of wrong response to it, but they're not thinking about what they're reading. No, they're not.
Sometimes media is good. Sometimes media does show you things that for us to be careful with, but sometimes social media itself explicits things that are not even there. I read somewhere where there's a lady taking a selfie next to Grenfell Tower, while another lady in London Bridge with a hijab on was talking on the phone, and they were targeted in two different ways. Like, she was criticised so badly because she was on the phone wearing a hijab and walking past the bodies, while it was okay for someone to stand next to Grenfell Tower and take a selfie with all these people still burning inside.
It's the way that it's interpreted.
Yeah, exactly. I really do. Thank you so much for the time that we love. The kids want to make a move.
Have you got a thought on this?
No.
I guess, how do we turn it into a more positive thing? Because, you know, I think
positiveness out and cut out the negative. Get positive out. Get the feeling out that it's okay. We're not all that bad. We are really definitely not that bad. Trust me. You just have to know us. You know, don't penalise just one person because of what this other person has did.
I mean, how do we get? I guess the next question: how do we then get to know these different communities? I mean, be they
have things like this. All the communities have got together here. It's amazing atmosphere. If Newham can do it, I'm sure other boroughs can. Do you understand? But I think Newham is the only borough that does it as a free. When you come in and you join in and you have a talk like this.
I mean, do you think we appreciate the sort of, you know, the power that can have, or, you know, the importance of that? Is that appreciated? I don't know. Come and have a seat around the table anyway. We're talking about turning the media into positive when it comes to a view of other people's countries, even our own country. Come and have a seat. Come and get involved in this. Have you got a final thought?
Yeah, not really. Yeah,
when it comes to Burma or Myanmar, do you feel that frustrated sometimes that the narrative is all about conflict and not about the good things happening?
No, just in certain area, just a tiny place, because my country is big. It's just happening in a small place. So
are you angry that that's how it's seen in the rest of the world?
Yeah, but I'm not very angry. But the thing is, our country was closed for a very long time, for more than 50 years. So now we opened up, and so we've got some problem because you know it's been closed for a long time.
People not knowing about the
Yeah,
culture.
yeah.
Okay, so we've got some new faces to the table. Let's maybe just quickly do a round of names. What's your name?
My name is Ajit.
Okay. Okay, I'll have a lager. What's your name?
Ajit. Ajit.
Ajit.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Ahmed.
What's it?
Ahmed.
Ahmed, yeah.
Mariam.
Rabia, but I'm so sorry I'm going to go. Thank you so much for doing this, though.
Give us a final thought before you go.
Well, I'm not even from Newham. I'm actually from Redbridge, so things like this are amazing because it does bring different boroughs.
Is this the way ahead? Because, you know, there is an issue that we need to get to know different communities.
I think so. I think that we do need more opportunities like this because a lot of people do think that certain religions or certain races are very different to them, but actually at the end of the day we're all human, we all live in the same world, and we do have our differences but we have similarities too, so it's just things like this which are really good and we should do more of it.
I think everyone need to, you know, especially our books are same, just only few difference, but books are same. If we follow the books, our holy books, that's the main is going to be, everything is going to be different. Like all the things is happening, that's the main thing, we are not following our books. That's the main thing.
Why are we focusing on the differences rather than the similarities, you think? It's like, you know...
No, every religion is, you know, is peaceful religion. That's our human, we are making a difference. If we read our books properly, not just reading through and just that's it, forget. No, you have to understand, and then I hope is if everyone is going to be, then of course is everywhere is peace.
Okay. Ajit, have you got a view on this?
Well, I think it's much more complex than you make it out to be.
Yeah.
Because in my view, I think however you read a book, no disrespect to you, it's the way you interpret the book, which is the important bit. You can read a book. So I just feel that, you know, I'm very excited with what Newham is doing now. Yeah. But I think this is just a one-off.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop here.
Yeah.
What we should be doing is having things on our streets. You know, more cohesion at street level rather than at events like this.
Yeah.
You know, knowing your neighbor, knowing your neighbor.
Yeah.
We don't do much of that.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's much more than that. I think there's a lot more work to be done.
Okay, so you agree with the principle that we need to get to know each other more, but maybe it could be happening at a more local level, at street level.
What I want to say is, I think it's more culture than it is religion. Some things are more kind of made out within different communities and stuff like that. Like I can say with me being Asian, it's more culture and rules that they've made up themselves rather than they're following from books and stuff. And then
Can you give us an example?
Clothing. Like your face doesn't have to be covered. Like some you've probably seen out in the street, people are covered from head to toe. They don't have to cover their faces. It's a choice. I'm a Muslim. I don't have my hair covered. I'm dressing the way I want to dress. Again, it's cultural. Okay. No, my ankles aren't covered.
I work with a Muslim girl.
Yeah.
She covers everything, like her head, her ankle. She doesn't show anything off, and she's very religious.
That's for Muslim.
But I think what you're saying,
for Muslim, hand, feet, and face have to show. And hand, feet, and face have to show.
But I think what you're saying. Hang on. I think what you're saying is that's a cultural difference about how the interpretation is made.
Yeah, I would say. Again, there's rules.
Yeah.
Again, with the hands, feet, whatever. Ankles obviously should be covered, apparently. But again, if I'm wearing a certain piece of clothing that I like and it shows my ankles, or sorry, you're gonna see my ankles.
Okay.
Basically.
I'm just going to fill it because we've got a couple of, three new faces to the table, so fill them in on the conversation. We started talking about, in a way, we need to understand each other more, understand our different cultures. If we don't, things like the acid attack that we've just witnessed, things like that happen. And it's about actually, it shows how imperative it is to actually understand each other's cultures and put that understanding out there to our whole community, whatever that community is, and we need to understand each other more. Is it Ajit?
Yeah.
Ajit has been saying that we need to also do it on the local level, not just this is a good example, but locally on our streets we need to find out. You've found out about your colleagues, the way she dresses and her understanding of that. So in a way, that's an example of finding out more about other people's cultures.
Community starts from home.
Yeah. Are we doing enough of it? Do we need to get out?
Nah, Newham is not doing enough. I tell you that now. 100%. Kids are scared to go out of their house after what happened to the acid attack, and the knife crime, everything. You got to think about it.
Okay.
Where has this acid come from? Because all sorts of people have been, was there like a TV program? Was there a TV series that promoted this acid attack? Because acid has always been around, so why now has there been this spark?
So it's now very easily available, and just out of nowhere there's now so many acid attacks, and it's happening one after the other, and I can completely agree with your point. People are scared, and I'm not even from Newham, I'm from Redbridge, but just around London so many things are happening, and it's true. There are youngsters and people my age that are scared, just like my mum. We're scared to go out because at the end of the day we're Muslim, we're Pakistani, and if you're wearing a headscarf you tend to be targeted more. We haven't done anything to anybody, but my mum might be scared to go to the mosque because of these things happening.
We're talking about, can we get involved in this? We're talking about how to diminish the fear, how to get the understanding going and trying to stop this from happening. I'm just going to come to you in a second.
But the thing is, it's like acid is basically just oven cleaner. You get oven cleaner, you mix it with bleach, that's it, you got acid. Like, as soon as it touches someone's... It's just the stuff that goes around. Like, I'm 16, so I hear a lot of stuff. I chill with a lot of people that may do stuff like that, so...
Where did the idea come from?
I have no clue about it. It's because like they're like, oh yeah, you can get stopped with guns and knives and stuff. So I'm not carrying a gun and knife. Like there's no way. Like and you look at a bottle, you're just like before it all blew up and like it was like a massive thing. That acid was massive. Like people just look at a bottle and because they put in a Lucozade bottle and it's like an orangey color, they're just like, oh, it's Lucozade. Like there's no point in stopping him. They'll stop them and they'll be like, oh. And so
it's a kind of weapon that
you can smell it straight away.
I'm just going to come to it now.
I think in the US there's contracts and you have all these like cards, like cannabis cards, gun licenses and stuff like that. If you do have a need for acid, right, again oven cleaners, whatever, right, you should have a license. You shouldn't be able to walk in and get a corrosive substance like that. It's literally like over the shelf. Like I could probably walk into a chemist and come out with something like that, or I can just say, yeah, I'm doing an experiment and probably get something which I could use in whatever way, you don't know. But then again, the other week I was literally walking down Commercial Road and 10 minutes away, literally they closed off half the road because a gang on mopeds basically took aim on this guy in a really nice car, chucked acid in his face, waited for him to get out and literally took the car and went. Literally.
And I think also that a lot of people don't realise acid attacks, it has long-term effects. It's not something small. It changes that person and it makes such a big difference. And a lot of people they're just using it as if it's nothing. I know that my mum was telling me, I was speaking to her and I said the same question. I said, how is it now so easily available? And mum was telling me that you can get it online. You just type it in and that's it. And it's so cheap.
Did you know acid attacks are more common in knife crime? Did you know that? There's more acid attack is more common in knife crime, and a lot of acid attacks are not told to the police because people are scared. Whereas knife crimes, they're told to the police because people go to the hospital.
Okay, so anyway, we got a new face. What's your name?
Jabril.
So anyway, at the moment, there's just two ways we can talk about how to, in a way, make it more safe and secure. But there's also the question about why people are doing it and what is the climate in which people feel that that in their mind it's okay. So it's kind of up to you where you want to take this discussion. Come and get involved in this. We're talking about how to spread the positivity more, and in a way, stop these things from happening on our streets in a way. Let me just get Rachel. Have you got a view on this?
Like it's just like what Devin said. I think because guns and knives were being tackled, on the streets, like police were being hard on it. I think an easier way for like people who want to cause damage or whatever is to have a bottle, have your substance in it, and splash it and run off.
But what about the question of why do people want to cause damage?
I could not.
Hatred. People want to cause damage for like. It's not even hatred. Like you don't even have to know the person to squirt acid in their face or stab them or shoot them. It's just about status. Like you see like young kids like like 12 and that. They're running around with knives and they're stabbing fully grown people just because someone's told them to, and because they're young and they're vulnerable, they will do it. Or because the person says to him, I'll buy you a better bike, I'll do this, and that little bit of money to like that big person is nothing. To them it's a big, like for that 12-year-old it's a big thing, like a new bike will be a big thing. So in
a way you're saying it's about vulnerable teenagers.
Yeah, it's vulnerability, because it's easy to get in a gang than it is to get out of it. When you're in it, you're in it.
Yeah.
Like you gotta ride with them people 24/7. You're out like every day. Just all you do is you're with them people. You're not with anyone else.
Okay.
Like you're probably with them more than you're with your own family.
Get sucked into it.
Like it's like gangs are like a suction cup. As soon as you're like, it just got boom. You're sucked into it straight away, and then you start getting luxuries. Like a new bike. Once you get that new bike, they'll buy you a new bag. Once you get that new bag, they'll ask you to take stuff from here to there. And then you take that stuff, and then you start, they're like, oh yeah, I'll give you this little bit of money. And then you're like, yeah, I got money. Go home. Your mum's like, where's all this money coming from? Like.
Okay. And so let's bring it.
Yeah, I think if you look at it, right, people are. It's about socio-economic issues, yeah, because it's all about poverty as well. People don't relate poverty and also the difficulties people have. I think one of the issues you have in all these acid attacks is, like you said, it's about once you get sucked into it, you just know what's right there. It's about understanding other people's views. People are not accepting what it feels like to be in another person's shoes.
Yeah. I mean,
right? And that I think is going to be important, because if you feel that, if you're a victim of an acid attack, how would that make you feel when you throw that acid at someone's face?
So people are clearly not thinking this, or they're not a long way away from thinking that. Yeah.
I feel like young people are being groomed by, there's people that groom young people and say, look, like my brother said, buy you this, buy you that, and then they give you money, then they ask you to hold drugs in your house. Did anyone watch the Metropolitan Police about when it was in Little Wilford in the borough? And basically there was 16 young people aged between 16 and 24, and they had American city names, and basically they was watching them because they were grooming young people and saying like, hold this, hold this, hold this, hold this, and each of them got sent down for 9 years, each of them. And I feel like that's just for looking after staff, selling staff on corners.
People being manipulated.
Yeah, and as well, drugs are easily available in this world. Think about it. It's not like it's the higher person. It's not anyone, like it might be, I don't know if it's a government person, but they bring in drugs to the country. How can a person bring drugs into the country when police are on it? And they make £15 billion a year off drugs. That is crazy. Okay. No, like the person who the biggest drug more in the country. The connect.
Okay, so you think that there's a kind of conspiracy or there's a collusion at least with the government. Now, let's bring in this side of the table. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I did. I'm a primary school teacher and I teach primary age children. And when all these London attacks happened, the children came in and my class came in and they said, Miss, look at all these things that's happening. Why is it happening? They have all these questions and they watch the news just like the rest of us. And we as a school spoke to them and because we teach them religion as well. We teach them a range of religions. And we told them this is not what the religion teaches. We've said that you might hear that there's one particular faith who is being blamed for an individual's actions, and we've told them that that's not something which is right. We created actually postcards of hope, where the children wrote messages to the world and said, we want peace, we want to live in harmony, we don't want these negative things to happen, we want to switch on the television, and we want to hear that we're all able to work together and live together. So I guess that's one thing that we're trying to do, especially for the younger generation, to try and help.
We're talking about young people being vulnerable. Do you think it affects the young people more?
It definitely does.
I'm going to go to you, youngest person on the table. There's all these things happening in the news. Does it affect you? Does it worry you?
Scared.
No.
It doesn't affect you. You're not that worried.
At the moment, he's too young to answer anything.
What do you do? Do you feel affected by it?
A little bit.
What does it make you feel? Does it make you worried? Does it make you angry? Does it make you scared?
Like angry sometimes, most of the time.
So it does maybe affect the young people. Come and have a seat on the table of chat. At the moment we're talking, we've got quite a serious subject on the table because we're talking about things like the acid attacks and terrorist attacks. You know, why is that happening? What can we do as people to address this? And what a lot of the stuff that's come out is about talking
together.
Stick together. Well, come and stick. Come and sit down.
15 minutes is day out, man. I can't be here doing a debate. You know what I mean? For kids.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
stick together and be positive, my friend. Stick together and be positive.
How'd you do that? How'd you do that? When people don't want to stick together, think about it. Community starts from home, yeah. But let me ask you a question. What does peace mean to you?
Water makes smoke. Put sand.
What does peace mean to you then? Let me ask you that question.
Keep it as much.
Come and sit there. Give us a couple of minutes. You don't mind, do you?
Hot weather, yeah. We're out there. We've got to come out there. It's hot weather. What we do, we try to keep our children cool as much as possible, but we have to come out. We have to enjoy the hot weather. So just
you're saying today is a way.
What I do, I used to get bullied in school. I used to ignore the guy. Eventually, I didn't get bullied. So if we can just keep a lid on everything as much as we can, I think it's just the weather that will just go. What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah. I've got to go though, guys.
Thanks for your input.
I think what we need to do is there's a lot of people who have questions, like there's people who don't understand why things are happening. Instead of these people approaching people from a certain religion on the street, asking them questions. It happened to my mum as well. Out of the blue, she's walking, she's had a person of like a certain descent come and speak to her in a really like rough way, ask her questions, but not giving her a moment to kind of respond. Just totally been rude, you know, swearing and stuff like that. Total wrong attitude. I think they need to have places for these people to go where community leaders and, you know, people with status can speak to them and explain to them that it's, you know, it's not religion.
So it's more about the right frame of
frame of mind,
context to actually,
and if you do have questions, don't
because there is a lack of understanding.
with the correct attitude, definitely.
But it can't come from a kind of confrontation. It's got to come from the opposite of a confrontation, I suppose.
It's the usual thing that happens, isn't it? Like people just pick on. People just, how can I say it? People. Everyone's going anyway.
People just pick on.
Don't worry, I'm
okay. Well, let's just get
drink some water. I'm going to get.
Let's just get a final thought from that.
The final thought. I think if you look at what's happening around us, things are getting worse than they're better, you know. And I think that is because there is no trust in the community, lack of trust. There's no empathy. Lack of empathy. And also there's a lot of divisions. And the divisions cause on racial grounds, cultural grounds, or on social grounds, economic grounds. So those grounds, I mean, but I think we are not addressing the root of the problem.
What is the root of the problem?
I think the root of the problem really is with us, ourselves.
Really?
That's because if you look at, for instance, take environment for instance. You are going to give this earth, the earth you live in, to your generation. The thought of leaving an earth which is polluted, which is damaged, and which will not sustain. People don't think of that. So the root of the problem is more about training, education, and making people self-aware of the issues. And I think that is where the problem is. We need to make people more self-aware of the actions which they make, which they take, and the consequences of those actions. And I think the politics and government can do a little bit. They can bring, but I think it's down to each individual to change. It is down to us.
Okay, but I mean, you know, in real terms, okay, so someone like me who doesn't have any kids, someone like Rio, that's just making, in a way, Rio, this whole conversation started off with you, and you know the whole thing about Liverpool. And anyway, but I'll come to that in a second. But you know, what can someone like Rio do, or someone like Rachel do, to actually, in real terms, what can to make the world a better place to stop all of this, you know, badness happening?
I think people will need to understand and probably accept the diversity, and probably look at it from a positive angle. They have to look at it from a positive angle and what the diversity, as positive, not as a negative thing. And they need to allow differences. I think keeping differences away and putting a lid on differences is counterproductive. people have got differences.
Yeah.
And I think it's about accepting that differences within a framework where we all work together with each other, understanding our differences, at the same time understanding that we need to live together in a harmonious way.
Okay. Thanks very much. Yeah.
Can I say, if you have family, they're different. So if you accept your family, is it just because they're your family that you accept them for who they are? Why? Because I know some of my former friends have gone up to people and said, "Oh, look at them, they're disgusting," because they're asking for money because they've literally got a mattress on the street. And what I'm saying is, just because they're less fortunate doesn't and because they look like that doesn't mean they're disgusting. They could be very civilized people.
I mean, I think, is it about also, as well as this kind of living together, but this understanding as well? Do we need to understand each other?
I think that we have to understand why there's all of these different races here today in Britain. Unless like the regular people, the general public don't understand why all of these races are here, then they're never going to accept each other. You know, if they don't know the impact that all of these races have brought to this country, then they're never going to accept it. I mean, all of these different Asians, black people, they help to build up this country. You know, so unless then if they don't understand that, then they're never going to accept these races, these different races.
So in a way, it's about the whole narrative of the country as far as you're concerned.
History, it's the Britain's colonial past.
Is it down to us to do it, or is it down to?
Well, I think I don't really know how that can happen. I mean, maybe the BBC have won some great documentaries about this. Maybe people need to be taught it in schools. But that's the only way. I mean, you learn about slavery, but you don't learn about, you know, how Barclays Bank, the sugar industry, all benefited this country. That's the reason why it has its wealth today, because of slavery. You don't really see those links. So unless you understand that, you're never gonna know why these people are here today, and you're never gonna tolerate. You know, you're never gonna accept them. That's it.
In a way, it's about this knowledge, this history, understanding. Do you agree with that, Rio?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I just want to kind of recap, because Rio actually kind of started this off in a way, inadvertently in a way, because we were talking about Liverpool Football Club, and then people started saying some bad things about Liverpool, which you're actually from, but they don't know anything about Liverpool. And then we sort of started talking about different countries that people don't know anything about and what their impressions are of those countries. And then we started talking about this, you'd gone by then, but then we started talking about you know, what those different countries have to offer. And then we started talking about what's going on in our streets at the moment, and where that's come from. How is that down to a sense of lack of understanding, lack of knowledge, lack of empathy, lack of something else, lack of judgment? Or is it down to the media? Some people said it's all about the media, but I think Ajit was saying that it's actually down to, we can blame the media, but it's down to us to make the change.
Some people say that if certain people weren't born, slavery wouldn't have happened, and then it would be a different world. Yes, it would, but I'm not saying slavery is okay, but without it, we probably wouldn't have exactly what we have today.
Right, so slavery is a part of our history, and are we recognising, I mean, not just slavery, because I think are we recognising the input that all these countries from around the world that are connected to Britain?
Oh, you mean like just because the slaves were black, they weren't treated equally? Is that what you're?
No, I mean, I think what Ellen's saying over here is that the reason why we've got all these attacks and things going on is because it's about a lack of understanding of our history, of where we come from, where we all come from in Britain. So we don't appreciate why all these people are here. We don't know why they're here. It makes no sense to us.
They're here because they think they're Muslims and they're nice people, but what they're doing is they believe in I don't know how to say it. They believe in that religion, but they believe in the wrong way. Like, as in they're believing the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want to? So are you? So basically, that's where we are with this conversation. Ajit, have you got anything to say?
I don't know. I'm very impressed by you, actually. Really. I think what we need to do is open up a debate. Don't put a lid on it. The last thing you want is to say, let us tackle the issues, get some police into it, get the crime resolved, but we're not sorting out the root problem.
Yeah.
So I think opening up a debate in a way which allows people to air their views.
Yeah.
And have a discussion, have a debate whereby we then open up that understanding amongst us.
Yeah. So we understand each other.
So that we understand each other more. I don't think we are doing that.
Yeah. Do you agree with that? That it's about the history?
Yeah, I do. I think the history has a part to play on with it.
Okay. So come and have a seat. Come and have a seat, sir. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. We've got Elam. What's your name?
Rudra. R-U-D-R-A.
Rudra.
Yeah.
And we've got Ajit, we've got Rio. Have you got a final thought for us?
All humans are equal.
It's a good one. I think we would we all agree with that. You got a round of applause for that one. So anything on this side? Do you want to say what your name is?
Jill.
You don't want to give your name. Okay. And what's your name?
Iman.
Yeah. Iman. Sorry. Suddenly the music's got loud and I can't hear it. Maybe come and get involved in this. Come and have a seat. So where do we want to take the discussion? Maybe it's time to have a little switch over because I'm starting to lose my voice. But stay there because we've got Ellen going to jump in and take this over. I'm going to get a little drink and just stretch my legs a little bit. We will keep this conversation going. It's getting a bit hot now, yes, but I think we're having a good conversation, so that's the main thing. So let's give Ellen a big round of applause. She's going to jump in. Are you going to go under or over? You're going to go under, okay.
Thank you.
Hello, how's it going? Hello, how are you? I like your hat. Yeah. Yeah, so do we want to like continue the conversation?
Probably you know I'm very old. You can see that. So when I was your age, I used to think about future, how you see your future, what you would like to see the world, and how you going to play a role in that world.
Oh, that's interesting. So you're saying when you were young. Come and join us. We're talking about like what's your ideas? What would you like to be in the future? So you're saying that when you were young, you used to think about the future and what you'd like to be. So you're asking them like, what would you like to be in your future?
So, this might sound weird, but what's it called? Basically, I want it to go back like how it used to be when like he was younger, because they weren't like when they were younger, because there wasn't like so much commotion. There wasn't so much commotion and everything was kind of peaceful, so it was much better environment to live in. So
wow, that's interesting. You know, she has an answer for your question. She has an answer. She said that when you were younger, the world was much a peaceful place. You didn't have as much commotion when you were younger, so it was easier. He's saying it was easier.
No. Why at that time there was I was born in British India, and that time Pakistan and India became independent, and there was a lot of people died, about millions and millions. So that was not peaceful. But your age, I thought I want to see a progressive world. I want to see future better. So I worked and I read, and that's where I think the best way to do it. That's my other answer before I...
So basically, he was saying when he was younger, there was a lot of conflicts between India and Pakistan, right? So it wasn't so peaceful. But on that point, let's get around to names anyway. Let's get around to names. What's your name?
Zayn.
Iman.
Rudra, are you?
Rudra?
Yeah.
What's your name? Come and join us.
Katrina.
Katrina, what's your name? Come and sing to Come on, sure. What's your name?
Satnam.
And what's your name?
Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn. Wow.
No, question for you, littles. What are your worries? How you see today's world?
So what are your concerns?
You must have some sort of anxiety, worries, and all that.
What's your anxiety or concern?
I feel very scared in case there's many terrorists come near my house.
Oh really? So right.
They're not coming.
We were talking about all of that as well, and a lot of people said that we need to learn to sort of like we check it, but do you have any fears or anxiety?
There might be bombs.
There might be bombs.
In their times, for example, they didn't have much technology for guns and stuff, but nowadays they're improving on technology as well, so they might have electric bombs and like stuff like that. So as technology advances, you'll have good technology, but then with everything that good, with all that good technology, there's always the opposite of bad technology as well.
Right, okay, so what is your fear? Are you worried about technology?
Yeah, I'm not fearing about the technology. I'm not fearing about the good technology, but good technology could lead to bad technology as well. So I'm fearing about that.
What's your fear?
Like, you know, like when you have, like, say for example an iPhone and you have to do your fingerprint, like one day you're just gonna have everything logged into like your finger or everything, like.
You're gonna have to like pay for everything using your fingerprint.
Yeah.
Why is that scary though?
Because it's kind of like technology's taking over everything. Like we barely can't do anything by ourselves these days.
Right, okay. And what are you scared of?
Nothing.
There you go. I'm scared of anything. You had a point.
No, I'm saying that sounds like a good idea if you can pay for everything with your finger, because you can lose your wallet, you can lose your phone, but you can't lose your finger very easily anyway.
You're right, actually.
So you would never have to worry about losing anything.
I don't know that one, actually.
I think, as my daughter said about using your finger or fingerprint to pay for, as in a cashless society, then things can happen. For example, you can have problems with finger identity. We know that with our mobile phones at the moment, you can turn them on. I've done that with my finger. Now it won't recognize it for some reason. So yeah, I have to keep putting in a password. But nevertheless, you know, people can suffer, accidents can happen, and your fingerprint can alter slightly. People that for whatever reason they don't have any money can come and cut your finger off and use your finger to access what you have in your bank account, if there be such a bank account at that point. So I mean, it's the way forward, but with the way forward, like my friend said over here, with advances in technology and ideas will come problems with that as well.
I mean, what do you think about this? You know, you said your fair is all about, you know, future technology.
Yeah.
So are you worried about the fingerprint issue and the fact that our identities can be stolen from our fingerprints and stuff like that?
Well, technology right now could make a machine, for example, that would steal that would duplicate your fingerprint if they get a hang of it first. So yeah, they could spray it and they can make a duplicate of it as well. So.
Wow. Okay. So, thank you very much. Thank you. Let us know how everything goes. Come and take a seat at the table to chat. We're talking about fears of the future. So far, people are scared of, you know, how technology is going to develop. People are afraid of terrorism, you know, and all that kind of thing. But you know, why are people so worried about like terrorism and stuff like that? I mean, how old are you?
10 years old.
10 years old. 10 years old. Wow, that is shocking. So I mean, why is that such a big concern for you?
Because you don't know when terrorists like might attack you. Like, let's just say you go to Tesco like a minute ago on your own, then you don't know who's coming near you, and they might just like shoot you with a gun.
Wow, oh my gosh, that is so shocking. Yeah, it's my turn in the middle now. So we're just talking about people's fears of the future. You know, there was somebody asked around the table, what are all your worries about the future? What are you worried about?
Poverty.
What are you worried about?
Same terrorism.
Terrorism. How interesting. How interesting.
I'll just say, one thing I'm not worried about is the people your age having the ability to sort these things out, because I think you guys seem to be, I don't know if it's from being on the internet all the time or whatever, but you seem to be very, very clever compared to when I was your age. But I think that whatever the problems are, I'm sure you can work it all out, because you seem to have the ability.
How do you think we can stop terrorism then? Like, what can you do to stop terrorism or
For poverty, if you have enough money to spare, because I know people who can barely afford to buy them a meal for the next few weeks, who still give to charity.
Wow.
And I mean, that's great, but there are people who are rich with mansions and Bentley cars that are unimaginable. And fidget spinners.
Yeah.
Why would you buy a gold fidget? Why would you buy a £20 fidget spinner?
Right.
All it does is spin.
I mean, but aren't you meant to balance on your fingers and balance on your head?
Yeah, but but why would you buy a £20 one that just looks different rather than having one?
How much are they? How much are the
You can.
So you're saying there should be a better distribution of wealth, basically. Someone shouldn't be allowed to be so rich or someone is so poor. Is that what you're saying?
Can I say something as well? See, what I did was made a chart. I said there were poor people, there were average people like you and me who can afford something but not the luxury, big luxuries, and then there are rich people who can afford all the luxuries. And what I said is to make everyone equal, the rich and the average. The rich gave more to the poor, so they became average. The average gave some to the poor, but not all of it, so they're still average. And then so the poor people get enough money, so they're average, so everyone's equal. And then so as soon as everyone's equal, if you were the rich person and how you got rich, you should still be able to get rich again. So everyone's at least average.
I don't understand. You know what you mean? We got a new face at the table. What's your name?
I'm Jake. Hello, everyone.
Hey Jake, how's it going? Right now we're talking about basically the distribution of wealth. Why should one person be allowed to be rich?
I mean, I like your scheme, but I've got a question in that. Is it not discouraging people from doing, working hard and trying hard to get to get ahead in life? Because as soon as they get money, they're going to get it taken away from them and given to other people. Do you think it would discourage people?
No, because
let's get some opinions on this side.
I think that like what he said, like what Mike said, it'll kind of discourage people. And also, don't you think that the people who are who have poverty and are not that rich, don't you think that they should try and get a living of their own, and maybe they should have kind of listened in school so that they could get jobs when they're older, so that they could pay for whatever they need? Because they didn't do that, that's why they're in poverty. So it's kind of their fault at the same time.
Wow. Well, hold that thought. You guys are going. Let's get some final thoughts from you before you go about anything you've heard today. I mean, you kind of started off the conversation with the whole terrorism thing. Hold that thought. What about you? Any final opinions?
I think that the terrorism, people are scared of it because they have been killing the people with the bombs and stuff.
Right, well, thank you guys very much, and we'll be here tomorrow as well until 6 o'clock. Thank you. Do you have any opinions about all of this conversation about the distribution of wealth? Maybe rich people should give money to poor people, and
I mean, the guy that just left and what you said, is he just over there? I think maybe kind of we could meet you both halfway, and you get to a certain position within your career, maybe coming from a background where you haven't had as much, or just saying, like you said, that maybe the wealthy should give back to the poor. Maybe it doesn't have to be that they give the wealth directly to the poor, but maybe provide opportunities, more opportunities for poorer people once they get to a certain stature. They're obviously not giving their money away, but maybe provide more opportunity for people that aren't given a fair chance, perhaps.
So instead of giving money, provide the opportunities, because then they can like gain skills and stuff like that. So we got some new faces at the table. What's your name?
Shamsa.
Hassan.
I have to go back to work. Thank you so much. So, there you go. It's Jake. Park Clubs. This is actually giving back to the community. So Coca-Cola, they're putting on free classes all around London. There's parks all around London being utilised, completely free classes, fitness classes, classes to get the community together. All age ranges, people from all over London. Come and get involved. There's a schedule just over there if anybody fancies it. We've got fitness stuff. We've got stuff for mums with buggies. So we do like buggy racing. We've got horse riding classes, nature stuff, all sorts going on. Yeah, really cool stuff. Park Lives, baby.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I mean, I think there's a point that Jake or Jay? That Jake made about, in a way people don't actually want to be given stuff, but they want to be able to make their own way. We're all like that. But what we need maybe is the opportunity to make it happen. And that's the thing that we don't all have fairly and squarely, because, especially in the world that I work in, the world of arts, sometimes you need to have a lot of money behind you to actually make your way in that world. If you haven't got the money behind you, you can never do the interning, the volunteering, put on the shows or whatever to get forward. But if everyone had the same opportunity and the same help to get there, but they made their own way, I think that would actually be a fairer way than just giving them the money, because no one wants to take money. People want to make it themselves.
They want to gain skills, and that's probably the reason why people stay, poor. I mean, what do you think about this whole idea that like rich people should, instead of giving poor people money, they should give them opportunities to maybe work and gain skills to sort of get them out of poverty? What do you think about this idea?
What about?
So basically, we're talking about, poverty and why people remain poor, basically. And we're talking about the distribution of wealth. Should people be allowed to be rich? Maybe rich people should give poor people opportunities to work and gain skills instead of giving them money.
It's true, but if we are living in London, and is London a very beautiful country, and if you said equal opportunity for white people, they are very rich. I don't think so, because in London, everyone is equal. There is no rich, no poor, nothing. All people are same. No. I feel that. I don't know. Everyone have different idea. Because
they will use the public
transportation.
They will use the public transport. You never know. They will everyone park the vehicle and they wanna catch the train. They wanna go to work in London. White, black people, Muslim, Middle East people. No, is equal in the London. This is a queen property, yeah. This is a queen house. This is a queen.
Some people
yeah.
That's a really interesting.
Yeah.
Well, what's your name?
Shayma.
Shayma, do you think everyone's equal in London?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to say, I was born in London. I'm 48 years old, so I've been here a long time. And I can tell you quite plainly that it's not equal in London by far. Now, I've got a very good job. I'm a professional and I earn quite good money. And I also have 5 children, 2 who earn also very good money, and 1 who's just chosen not to work, and 2 here that are too young to work, but they're in the school system. I think a lot has to do with colour. Yeah. And opportunities available and where you live. Right now we live in one of the poorest boroughs in the whole of the UK, let alone in London. Okay, and it is also the most, Newham, sorry, and it is also the most racially diverse borough in the whole of the UK. So you may look at it and say, yeah, there's lots of opportunities. You see people going to work, and you can get on, the transport is available, and but there is a lot of poverty in Newham, and a lot of affluence in Newham. So you've got the two extremes. So you've got people with money and people who have got no money. We've got people with capabilities who may want to go to work, and we've got people who will stand there and choose never to work, 30, 40 years, never work.
We are facing so many problems about jobs. You know, they are all British, but they said you are Asian, we don't give you job. So we are jobless. We are educated.
East, west, north, south. You living east, west, north, south. Don't worry about that money. How much? Your company paid is a basic pay. Is a everyone go to city job? Basic pay £7 per hour something. Yeah. You maximum if you living East London, if you north and west, yeah, you basic pay £1,500 per month after tax. £1,200 is if you have more than better job is £2,000, 1,700.
It's so expensive. London is expensive, but you don't get paid enough. But on that point, why is it?
Expensive, rent expensive, food cheap.
Everything's But why should people discriminate you because of your race? I mean, what can be done about that?
People can speak against it, like there is pride. It's for gay and lesbians who are proud to be, and I think we should have like a pride for different races. So just because you're like black or white doesn't mean you're different. Everyone's equal, but money-wise, not everyone is equal. But rights and all that, everyone should be equal.
So you're saying we're all human, and but when it comes financial wise, we're not all equal.
I think everybody's equal because of there are different religions, like Christians and Muslims, and all of those religions are equals. So why can't everybody else be equal here?
Yeah, so that's interesting. People should look at humanity and treat everyone the same way.
Just picking up on this idea of pride, I mean, I would make it like immigration or immigrants' pride, because I think at the moment there's such a negative thing about people coming from other countries, when actually you look at here and they're actually bringing something all new and different from all around the world, but it's not celebrated, and some kind of pride for that would be a good idea.
Let's get a final thought from you before you go about anything. Do you think immigrants are getting a negative?
Very negative. Nowadays it's very negative, immigrants.
Immigrants are being viewed so negatively.
असद immigrants negative क्यों हो रहे हैं इन दिनों?
Yeah, she knows.
You know.
That's a very touchy subject.
Yeah, fair enough. Sorry.
And also,
sorry, I'll come back to you.
I kind of agree with Mum, and then I kind of agree with them, because I think, in London, some stages were equal and some stages were not. Like, for example, religion, like she said, in London we're allowed to be whatever religion we want, and we can embrace our religion and go to venues where we can celebrate it and everything like that. But then with race is something else, because in some jobs they will accept you and in some jobs they won't. So I think with London it's like we're on some stages of equal, and then we're on some stages we're still catching up.
So there's progress, but there's more work to be done.
Yeah.
Going back to the point about how people have such negative views on immigrants, it's because of all the terrorist attacks. So one terrorist attack will make one person think that all Muslims are all the same, bad people who want to kill people. But I have some Muslim friends, and so does my mum, and some Muslims are beautiful people.
Yeah. So you don't have that viewpoint that you don't tie everyone. Oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah. You don't tie everyone with the same brush, basically.
No, I don't know where we want to take this conversation, where it's about, because I do think there's also a separate issue about racism, and that's racism of people, of British people of different colours, and it is a phenomenon that we need to actually tackle, work out. I mean, we're actually, Ellen and I were talking about it earlier on today, that we've gone a long way, but we've got a lot further to go. And then obviously immigration and racism are connected, but in a way also they're two different issues as well. So I don't know what we want to talk about, whether we want to talk about which side of it.
That's true. Like, where do we want to go with the conversation? Talk racism, immigration, or talk about something completely different?
Well, people have seen bad people and good people. It still doesn't make any difference because people have feelings about London and other countries. Everybody likes someone here and loves someone here. So
we got some new faces at the table. What's your name?
My name's Princess.
Have a seat. What's your name? Yeah, come and sit down. You don't have to say anything. Is it Charlie or?
That's every time.
hello, my name's Makai.
You said it, Charlie.
Oh, perfect. I was right. And what's your name? I didn't notice you there.
Nevaeh.
Nevaeh. Oh, come and join us as well. There's a seat right here. So at the moment, you caught us at a really hot topic. We're talking about, like, what can we do about racism, the feelings people have towards immigrants. Very heavy topics, but it's all up to you where you want to take the conversation, basically.
I think that once you're in Britain, you're British, so no matter what race you are or what religion you are, you're British anyway. So I think everyone should stop arguing about religion and colour and everything, because once you're in Britain and you're a British citizen, there isn't a difference between anyone, whether you're a different skin colour or anything, because everybody's different, because they come out differently, their skin's different, and that's never going to change.
But once you're born here,
you're British.
You're British, so we should just get over it.
Yeah.
So where is this animosity coming from? Where is this animosity coming from?
I mean, I think for sure there's animosity, but also there's just sort of ignorance, and it's not animosity, it's also, it's like a lack of understanding of exposure to different races. Do you know what I mean? For example, just off the top of my head, the number of black football managers in the country is very small. I mean, so just one or something like that in the professional game. And if you think of it, I don't think that's from animosity but it's probably an ignorance of that it's just something like that. I'm not sure exactly why it is, but it's obviously some kind of racism, isn't it? But how or what? It's what do you put it down to?
That's an interesting point, actually. That's an interesting demonstration of kind of racism.
The bottom line really is ignorance. I'm mixed race. I have grandchildren. These are my 2 grandchildren, but I have other grandchildren that are white skinned with ginger hair. Okay, my sister, my nieces, they're blonde hair, blue eyed. I've got one son who's much darker skinned than them, and who's going to believe that his grandmother's white? That's my mother. Do you understand? So it's really ignorance, because we're so diverse now, we're so mixed up. Lately I've been kind of really thinking about the colour thing, and how petty is it? It's just rubbish. It really is. It's just a colour that you can't control. And why is it such a big thing? Someone's skin colour or where they come from. Why is it such a big thing? We're all the same. We're all human beings. We all have the same blood. We've heard these things over and over again, but that is the bottom line reality. It's just really silly, and it starts from home. Racism starts from home. Okay, it starts from home and it breeds from there.
That's interesting, actually, because earlier we were talking about the fact that community starts from within the home.
I just want to say that my parents are mixed. My mum is black and white, because her mum is black and white and her dad was black and white. but my dad is dark skinned, even though his mum is black and white. So I'm essentially black. My children's dad is also white, but they look black. When we go abroad to where he comes from, there is even a disparity between their own. They're all the same colour skin, but some of them have blonde hair, and so they're favoured because they look more English. And some of them have blue eyes because of the Romans. This is Algeria. He's French Algerian, my husband. So it's complete. When we go there, it's like a shock. It's got better over the years because it's been many years that we've been together. But I mean, it's still there. It's still quite profound. So when they come here, they bring that with them. You know, so even though we're trying to, I suppose, eradicate racism and not notice, I think in Newham we're quite tolerable, and in London on the whole we're quite tolerable. But when you're having other nationals come here, they're bringing that, with them, of course. So it's really hard. But in my entire family, there's 9 children. I have 8 siblings, and every one of us have a mixed partner. There's only one sister who's married to a black person. My brothers have white wives. My sister has a white husband. Myself, we're all completely mixed, but we're tolerable of that. But not everybody else is.
Come and join us at the table of chat. Not much time left now. So this is your Mum's Gay Voice. We're talking about like tolerance, you know, racism, immigration, you name it. Come and put your 2 pence in or whatever. Yeah, so basically you're saying that like people from abroad, sometimes they bring their racism to the UK. So even though we're trying to go forward, you know, but where do we want to take this conversation? Do we want to continue talking about racism?
You know, and it's not even racism, it seems. It's just about, because it's not about people's race, it's literally about skin tone. You know, within the family, like you get discriminated just because you're lighter or darker. So it's literally about the tone, the literal colour of your skin, and we don't seem to be able to escape that. But why? What's it about? It's
you just have to accept that racism will always exist. You know,
I don't know. I can't go there. I've got to be a way to.
It's just a part of life. You just have to accept it.
It is a part of life, but you've got to teach your children, and it depends on the individual, because you could have a grandparent that's just passed the ignorance down to her child, and although they do live in an environment where there's so many different nationalities, ideally they've still basically stuck to what they believe because they've kind of been brainwashed.
But then has anyone had sort of ignorant views and it changed over the years? How did it change? Maybe that's...
I'm not going to answer that, sorry. I'm going to just pick up from where Charlie's just said. You know, if you really think about, you just watch nursery school children, primary school children just playing with each other. They don't know any different. Do you understand? So it comes from the homes. It comes from their own families' environment, the opinions of their family, sort of things they watch on TV, the sort of comments they make. Do you understand me? And we have to eradicate it. And I know that was something that you felt, yeah, we do actually need to get rid of it. We can't just live with it and love ourselves. We do love ourselves. We've been doing that for a long time. Do you understand me? But I've got to a point now where I know it sounds kind of a bit naughty, but I put my bag in front of me now. Do you understand? Because I'm sick and tired of being somewhere and the bag, when I'm standing next to somebody, they're grabbing their bag. So I put my bag in front of me now too.
So you're saying, wow.
It's what we live with. Do you understand? We live with that. Do you understand? Another card that I get pulled on me all the time is, if I'm complaining about something, whether it's in a retail shop or on the phone, and that person knows my skin tone, please don't shout at me. Excuse me? I'm not shouting at you. So we get labelled with this, angry black woman. Do you understand me? Because you're articulate and you're able to say, well, actually, I don't agree with that. This is my opinion. Oh, please, can you stop shouting at me? Where do you get that from?
People use that language to sort of...
Oh, absolutely. As a get out of jail card, because we are deemed as being aggressive. Do you understand me? Yeah, we can be loud, we can be passionate, but they can't handle when we're challenging, and we're challenging in an articulate way, because we're all educated now. Do you understand? Oh, it's absolutely completely different. It is completely different. You do.
Wow, that's so interesting how language can be used as a way to sort of negatively, view.
There's a point there.
I just think that right now the world is changing, and in some ways it's changing in a positive way, but at the same time it's changing in a negative way. Like you have teenagers like going around and like stabbing people for like no reason, and there's just no need to do that when like this world is supposed to be like full of harmony and happiness, but unfortunately we have people out there that are dying, like innocent people that are getting stabbed just because of some people that are just acting silly.
I mean, there's a lot of, in terms of like racism, the killings, you know, terrorism you spoke about earlier. You know, what can we do to make things more positive? I mean, you guys said it all starts within the home, and it all starts with the young children.
Yeah, I mean, I saw something on Facebook which was just an image, and I thought it was a powerful image, and it, for, you know, as a white person, it was a powerful image, and it was like a little white girl looking at an entire like shop, you know, shelf full of black Barbie dolls. They're all black, every single one, like slightly different hair or whatever. It's really well done. And you know, I think for a white person, then suddenly you realise that the narrative that is actually that white is kind of normal for a doll, but then normal for everything else as well. And I think it's things like that, subtle things like that, is really, really cleverly done, I thought. For, you know, from my point of view, I thought, you know, that just goes to show that, and maybe it's a sort of like explains that, as you said, structural racism, or like almost normative racism that is there. Yeah, exactly.
But yes, so that's interesting how we can use our art and creativity to sort of break down, because I mean there's one image just that says 1,000 words basically. Come and join us. Let's get around the names anyway. What's your name? Let's get some final thoughts from you guys before you go.
I think keep doing what you're doing, and all you guys have a great opinion, so it's quite enlightening to see it.
Thank you for letting us share our opinions.
You're welcome. Wonderful. I'd like to address this young man here, who's obviously very, very concerned about what's going on, not just in your community, but what's going on all over London, really, because it's not a black thing anymore either. It's not a racist thing anymore, is it, when it comes to, like, you know, knife crimes and stuff like that. So, I mean, I was kind of involved in a bit of that work before, but what would you do to try and eradicate what's taking place in your community? And this goes for all the young people that are sitting around this table. What could you possibly do to eradicate what's happening in your community when it comes to, you know, gun and knife crime? Because it is gun crime as well. Because it used to be a gang thing, it used to be a choice, didn't it? Like, you could choose to go that way with the bad lot, but you don't have to choose that anymore. You can just be walking down the street and become a victim. So what can we do? Okay, I've got some thoughts, but I just want to just hear what you got to say.
I think this is an excellent opportunity to air your views, actually. I would love to sit and talk about the gang things, because I've got some older sons, and one has been involved in that sort of arena, I'm embarrassed to say. But there's always been gangs or mob mentality, and I think there will always be mob mentality. It's just that, yeah, well, you see what happens, unfortunately, with technology and things as they are, there's an escalation of that, because people, it's open to everybody, and people want to be a part of something, whether it's positive or negative.
Thing, so anyone can kind of, you know, get attacked.
I think we should like educate the people more, like young people. I think nowadays I feel like people want to be part of a group or like a community, so sometimes they group up with bad influence or like friends and do bad things like that. So if there's like more youth opportunities for young people to be involved in those kind of things instead of being involved in those other bad influences, that'll be better.
So we need more youth activity. Let's get around to names.
Manera. Guys, listen, I'm going to leave it with you guys, yeah? But what I've noticed here, and I don't know if I'm wrong, but I don't know if there's anything addressing what's going on in the community in terms of knife crime. So I'm going to give you a challenge. I'm going to come back here next year. I don't live in the borough. I live way out of the borough. I live in South London. But I'm going to be coming here to see what you guys are going to put together for next year. Because what you were saying about education, That's what was in my mind, early intervention. We need to be going into primary schools, secondary schools, some of them are too far gone, okay? And in some areas like Hackney, they've got something called postcode pen pals. And what they're doing is, they're getting young children in primary schools to write to each other in a different postcode. So they're getting to know them by postcode pen pals. It'd be a great thing if you could make it something that, you know, okay?
Wow, so you're from South London. What brought you here today in this new? Right, okay, I say, well, thank you guys very much, and I look forward to see you next year. We will be here tomorrow, so yeah, definitely come. We'll be back here tomorrow as well. We'll be back here as well.
Make sure you know you're not too young.
Yeah. Listen, you heard those words. You heard those words. So, oh yeah, definitely.
And I think it's right that we should stop killing and doing something, or and we should start loving each other, and we should stop the judging people by their colour or by their opinions and stuff.
Wow, that's a really good point, man. I tell you, this is the future. This is the future. You know, right? Thank you guys very much. Let's get around to names. What's your name?
My name is Inam Ilahi.
Iman Ilahi.
Inam Ilahi.
Inam Ilahi.
Yeah.
Inam Ilahi. Yeah.
What's your name?
My name is John.
John. Oh, what about you? What's your name?
My name is Amadou.
We need it. Let's get final thoughts.
Oh, I agree with the other lady. We need to educate them from a young age, because in secondary school, some people are too far gone, or they're already under the influence. They won't change. But when they're young, like, their brain is sponge. Oh, I'm 16. I just finished secondary.
So, did you go to school with people that you felt were too far gone and they couldn't?
Yeah, there was many like groups of individuals. So there were some I knew they were bad influences, so I kept away from them. There were some I knew they were good influences. That's why I wanted to be part of them. Yeah.
So it's interesting how you managed to stay on the right path, but other people managed to go different paths.
To be honest, I think it's easy to stay on the right path, but it's just like it's the sense of community, the sense of like friends, and they'll keep you in, keep you locked in.
So it's who your friends are.
Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting. What do you think?
He was a naughty boy at
You just
first.
finished as well, 16. So you were naughty at first. So how did you become you?
Basically, I met him. Like, I met this guy, and he taught me not to like go into those kind of acts. And
What kind of things did he say?
he's just like to me, like, calm down, John. Like, you can do whatever you want. Just don't get involved in all this crime and all that. And like, he showed me the right way. And
Showed you the right, so he was a positive influence.
yeah, thank you for that.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. You're 16 as well then. Positive impacts. I mean, look at that, eh? Make sure you have positive friends around you. And what's your name?
My name is Roxana Fiaz and I'm a counsellor in Custom House.
Right, I remember you from last year actually.
Hi.
I think when you came we were talking about this same issue.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What has changed in a year?
I mean, we're kind of actually winding down now anyway, but we have, I mean, it's a shame in a way, because there have been a lot of things that have come up, really interesting things this year.
Will the Youth Hub Network pick up on these issues and take them forward, do you know?
I mean, we're going to give them the video. You know, what they do with it is kind of up to them. You know, hopefully they'll look at it. I mean, hopefully they'll pass it on further. It's not all, you know, and there's an interconnectedness there, I think, between everything. I think is a lot more connected than maybe sometimes we or we can imagine, because we like to be able to understand things. We have to compartmentalise them. But you know, like the question of knife crime or violence is also connected to the question of opportunity, to racism, to so many different things. And you know, we go on this journey, and we got here in a very interesting way, because it actually started off with some people having some fun and games and bonding over supporting Liverpool Football Club, and then somebody said something like a little bit dodgy about Liverpool, and it turned out what the other kid was from Liverpool. And then we started talking about impressions about places that you haven't been to, and then we talked about all countries around the world, then we talked about impressions of those countries, and then we talked about lack of knowledge about other cultures. So you know, all these things are all connected. Then we started talking about, what do we talk about after that, Adam?
I think a little bit like terrorism.
about terrorism, about people who've got fear of terror, but also fear of feeling like other people think they're terrorists as well. So and that's what a lot of that's happening at the moment. But it's all connected, as I would say.
The one thing that struck me in the short period that I was here to observe the recent conversation compared to last year it was very much an articulation and expression of what was happening in their lives and what they felt about it, but little expression of what they were doing about it. And I think what was really interesting about that last interaction was there were real examples of actually, so there was this situation that emerged and there are these vulnerabilities or things that can pull us off the right path, but actually my friend pulled me back in and told me, and there's that acknowledge that so there was something quite positive there.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm very sorry, I have to go, but my last final words are, as the woman there was saying, and as I was saying, the world is changing and we need to be ready for it. Like, sometimes school children are dragged into the bad life and they don't think that the good life is appealing for them. And some people, they join gangs not to just like get revenge on, this guy killed my friend, so now I'm going to join a gang. It's not all about that. Sometimes it's about like computer games, like maybe back in maybe in year 6 used to play on your console, playing like bad stuff about like maybe Call of Duty, shooting stuff, and then and then it's getting into your head and you're thinking maybe that's a bit nice, let me try it in real life, and in real life it's not really that appealing. And then
what I want to ask you about actually is, the postcode pen pals, which I found quite interesting. Did you do that?
No, but I know that what I'm doing is right, and I've got friends that are taking me towards the good path. I haven't got friends that are going towards the bad path. I know lots of people. I know a few people that have been stabbed, but I'm going towards the right path, and I know what I want to do in my future. And yes.
And how do you find those positive friends?
They before I used to be a part of the bad people, where we used to hang out until 6. My mom always used to be calling me, but now my friend's telling me, this is not safe, you need to return home or otherwise something bad will happen. And I started listening to that, and in the first 10 days I became part of the good people, and now I don't consider doing.
What do you want to do in the future?
I want to be a mechanic or probably work in a bank, something like that. Maybe help out my parents, and just live a good life, and live a good life while it lasts, because life is not long, it's very short, and you don't know when it's going to end.
Thank you very much. Wow.
Right, now, stay there. What's your name? Amadou. Right, Amadou, I've been here for quite a while, but you're one of the smartest kids here, you know what I mean? What you say is true. Yeah, what area are you from?
I'm from Plasto, E13, 8RB. It's a good area. There's a lot of friendly people around there. The park is really nice. And I haven't heard of any stabbings there.
Come and join us. Stay in the chat.
I haven't heard of any stabbings there. It's a really nice area. If you want to move there, I consider it.
You'd recommend it?
Yeah. It's a good area to live in.
Imagine that, I mean...
What I was going to say though is, because I know around that area you've got all the Chad Green lot, haven't you? Which are quite naughty boys, as it were. What would you were saying to your friends about crime rate and all that? Do you think it'd be good if a lot more young people were good role models to say, look, you don't have to carry a knife, rather than the older ones telling the young ones it's wrong? Do you think you could start something up and tell your school to say, hang on a minute, if you're in the street, you don't need to do that, go and talk to someone. It's not snitching.
That's an interesting point actually. We've got some new faces on the table, so I'm just going to grab their names. What's your name?
My name is Blessing.
Blessing.
My name is Clay.
Clay, right, so Clay, you've caught us at a really interesting moment. I mean, sorry, what's your name?
Steve.
Steve was asking,
Amadou.
Amadou, like, you know, instead of like old people banging onto young people about what's right or wrong, should young people tell young people what's right or wrong, you know? Would it be better if young people taught young people how the right thing instead of old people?
Yeah, I feel like back in secondary, lots of kids are being dragged into the bad part of life, and I used to tell my friends like, oh, it's not good because it, like, going a bad way gives you bad stuff. Like, what comes around goes around, and like going into the bad life and killing people is just horrible to think of. Like, it's just not alright.
Be part of a group of young people the same age as you to teach other young people the same age as you, like, wow, that's wrong.
Yeah, like hopefully, yeah, like before in school a couple months ago, I joined a club called there's a workplace as well. I think it's outside London. There's a place called.
Yeah, as she was saying that. Wait, carry on.
What about you? What do you think about all of this? Do you think it's best that young people teach other young people, whether it's about knife crime, dropping litter, you know? Yeah.
I think it's not right to do that, and since we get all those bad people, we should make them be punished, and I think it's not the right thing to do to other people like this.
Yeah.
So treat everyone with the same respect, you know? Let's get another round of names. Anyway, we've got
Amadou King,
Clay, Pride,
Joanna, Blessing,
Priscilla,
Steve,
Mikey,
Roxana.
I can see you guys have some more.
Marina.
What's these t-shirts you're wearing? Believe in Better. What is that all about?
What's that?
Well, it's a youth club that runs in the summer holidays, and it's just for people to like have fun and mingle.
Where is the youth club?
It's in West Silvertown.
So we all live in this area of Newham, like, does everyone know where West Silvertown is? Yeah? So how, is it free youth club, or what do you do there?
You want me to answer that? Right, so I run the youth club in Britannia Village, West Silvertown, and what we try to do is, you see these orange t-shirts, we get the older kids to organise stuff for the younger kids. So all these are my leaders. They come to the youth club anyway, and we advertise it for younger people. So just keep them off the streets and make them better role.
Having young people teaching other young people, right? You know.
Very well. Well, I've been there for 10 years, so I've seen the older ones grow up and get good references, and that gives them more jobs, more confident.
I think Britannia Village is a safe place to be, like, yeah.
My voice is weird. Right, you can speak first. Alright, so I think that BV is one of the best youth club because like there's not really like you see in East Ham where there's like incidents and everything, like people get stabbed. Like there's never been one of those in West Silvertown. It's a really quiet place and it's really
So in a way, youth clubs really like reduce the amount of like crime basically.
I think that's a really important point. I think youth service provision needs to be upgraded and we need to invest more, and also we need to ensure that there's a role for the young people themselves to shape that provision, and the most effective intervention is young people themselves being mentors to their peers and their own networks. And we also need to have spaces where all sorts of young people, different age groups can mix in a safe space, so that we don't get this kind of binary divide that you don't belong to this space because you don't belong to this area. What do you think about that?
I think that's a really good idea to those people who are really bad to this world, and we should get a safe place for this world.
I mean, earlier people were talking about the fact that youth services have been cut in Newham, and that is having an impact on, you know, crime, you know, and things that they have to do. So, you know, I don't know what can be done about that.
The reason why we're here is to let people know how BV is a good place to be. Like, so we're giving out flyers and we're starting like a summer scheme so people can come and enjoy themselves.
It seems like you
guys are doing a lot of positivity.
I mean, I think, you know, it is so important, and we talked about this earlier on. Nobody else was here, but about this idea of investing in young people. And the problem with it is it's no, you know, like easy, tangible outcome. You can just say, oh, you know, we spend this money and we got this many things. It's not like that. It's much more fluid. Yeah, so you don't know what's going to happen until, but you know, I think, you know, it's a lot of people have talked about this today, this event today being such an important event because it gets different, not just different cultures to mix, but different ages to mix as well. And people have come up with a lot of good ideas about creating smaller versions of this event in and around Newham to actually keep that vibe going. Yeah. But I think that, you know, obviously there's only you know, there's not endless money, but I think it is a good investment.
So investing in people talking and coming together, basically, you know. Right, well, I think we're down to the final moments now, so where do you want to carry this conversation, you know? It seems like the youth services are doing a fantastic job already, despite the cuts, you know? Yeah, where do you want to take the conversation, really? Why did you guys come here today? Are you part of the same Believe It Better?
Yeah, so today we came here to perform the dances that we've done through the past 2 months. Yeah.
I came here to support.
So you came to support, so you've come there supporting the community.
Hi, welcome. Take a seat at the table and chat. At the moment, we're just talking.
I was just going to say maybe, because have a seat, but we are just sort of closing up. But maybe, remember the lady that said, oh, you know, what's this going to look like next year? Maybe we could use that as a sort of final question. How can this festival, you know, actually grow next year, be better, have more engagement, have more, you know, how can it actually grow in next year? What are the ideas that will make next year's festival even better than this one? Obviously, we've been lucky on the weather, so we've got to keep that going. But I mean, I don't really know. I just think I really like this idea of, like, you know, letting maybe young people decide it and determine it themselves more. Obviously they want to learn, but also they've got ideas, and we've heard so many ideas today, so maybe put some of those ideas into action.
What about you? How can this festival be better next year?
Is this the first time? Apologies, yeah? Is this the first time of asking young people outright?
What do you mean?
Is this a first? Yeah.
No, I mean, we were here last year as well.
Right. Well, yeah, I think promotion is really good, because I think we should be asking more of the young people and their views of what we should do in the future. It's their lives after all, isn't it? You know?
How do you think this festival can be better next year?
The best way is to what they say, young people suggestions, because it's the youth those who participate in this sort of thing. You go the local council schools, you can ask for opinion from there. The teachers can collect opinion from the student age based what they want to see. I would love to see more musical events, and sort of we are a multicultural society here, so more cultural, different cultures representing, like Asians, East Europeans and Africans, different culture representing themselves. That would make it more like attractive. Yeah. Yeah, that should be more attractive for other people.
Well, thank you very much. We'll be here tomorrow as well. How can this festival be better tomorrow, next year?
I think what that man just said right now was like a really good point. Like having different types of music, so like everyone can enjoy, start dancing and everything. Like say Afro beats and stuff. I think that's.
What about yourself?
I don't really know, but I just feel like we should allow more people to come. Well, you are free to come. I only found out about this today, so I feel like next year there's going to be more people. And like what that man said, we should play cultural music and more music so we can enjoy ourselves more. Yeah.
More
rides. Yeah, and not being expensive as well. And not being expensive.
Oh, is it? Oh, so you found it quite expensive.
Yeah.
Expensive, so it needs to be a bit cheaper.
I think like different agements, like mostly these things are like some of these things are so like some of them are for young people, and we should do it for like different agements, like from young people to like teenagers.
They should appeal to different agements. How could this be better next year?
It could be better by if we did. It would be better if there was like lots more to this. We could find out more, and everyone would be better.
So more information points.
Yeah.
Ways to find that information.
Yeah.
And how do you think this festival can be better next year? Because earlier somebody was talking about what you'd like to see next year.
I would like to see this festival over the coming years be allow the opportunity for young people to meaningfully shape content and be involved in running more things and to determine sort of what happens during the day. And this kind of stuff, like this tent discussion table, there needs to be more of them in different parts of the park so that there's more conversations, because I think this is, and I think the video that's produced around this table, it should be circulated to all the councillors and different officers and should be publicised on the council website as well.
That's interesting. So make the video available so people know what people are talking about. Wow, so it looks like Talkaoke has come to an end. So we'll be here tomorrow, same time, same place. So if you're around, do come back. Great. Well, thank you guys for taking part.